So we're here with Steve Whitaker in Tulsa at John 3:16 Mission, and Steve is the executive director here at the mission. And the reason that Steve is here is we want to talk about what's going on behind us here, which is this new dining hall, which is a pretty amazing thing. So Steve, glad you could be here.
Glad to be here.
Talk to me about why this new dining hall and facility is even needed, because the needs are pretty great here in Tulsa.
Well, there's a couple of reasons why. One is our building is very, very old. We renovated this building, built it in 1986, and it's in bad repair. And so one of the big reasons why we're building next door is we've got to renovate this facility, and to do that, we've got to move some of our programs next door. The next thing is that we've got more people than we've ever seen before. Really, our building's been saturated for more than, well, really for several years. Mm-hmm. So we're at saturation, and so we've got to do something about that. And so our goals for expansion here are blocked until we can get into the building next door.
So let's walk, and let's find out. I want you to tell me why, or what you've seen with regard to the need being greater. Because it's not just the homeless that are now in need of the services, but a lot of families and so forth. But how is this need compared to previous years?
Well, I think everybody across the nation has heard terms like the new poor and the new homeless.
Right.
And so we're seeing more and more people like that coming to John 3:16 Mission that say, I've never had to come for help before. I've never had to come to the mission before, and this is my first time here. This is a scary time in my life. I've lost everything. And so one of the things that's driving us to expand at the mission is this need, this growing, really explosive growth in the homeless population of people that we've never seen before. I mean, people know about the chronic homeless. They know about people that are temporarily or situationally homeless. And we're not looking at the same old faces that we've seen over the years. We're looking at new faces.
So here's the building. Tell me how many more people you're going to be able to serve with this new building.
Well, a couple of things. The kitchen cafeteria, this would be the city's largest commercial grade kitchen for the city of Tulsa. It's a commercial grade kitchen. We've been cooking all of our meals, about 200,000 meals a year, in a 300 square foot kitchen. Basically the size of a Burger King kitchen, pretty small, pretty bad, pretty worn out, frankly.
Wait a minute, are you saying the size of a Burger King kitchen is serving 200,000 people a year? It is the
size of a Burger King kitchen. And we're going from a 300 square foot kitchen to 2,800 square feet in the brand new kitchen. And we're really excited about that, with brand new state-of-the-art equipment. The ability to store 30 days worth of food, which allows us then to buy food at a better price. We can buy it wherever we can get it at the best price and bring it in and then serve it. And then we also have the capacity to serve 300 people at one sitting. And right now, sometimes if we have a big enough crowd, we have to serve in shifts, and we'll be able to sit 300 people at one time. And the kitchen is set up to do 300,000 meals a year easily. If we drive it as hard as we're driving this kitchen, and we're doing right now, we're doing 7 to 9 meals a day, we could do easily 600,000 meals a year.
So now, for the people who are watching this, we talk an awful lot about how a meal can start the process of changing somebody's life.
Right.
I'm going to give you a 60-second sermon about how you've seen lives change here at John 3:16 because people came in for a meal.
So do I have to talk to the camera when I do this?
You could
60-second sermon?
Whatever you want to do. There's the camera.
Wow, 60 seconds. You know, I think one of the most powerful things that I've ever seen are not just one person, but hundreds, maybe thousands. I mean, I've been here 21 years, and I've seen thousands upon thousands of people that have come here, and the reason that they came here is because they were hungry. They haven't eaten in days, or they're freezing, and they got to have something to eat. They've been away from civilization as we know it for a long, long time, and so it's the meal that draws them. And as they come, well, John 3:16 has always made sure that before we do that meal, that people get to hear about the good news of Jesus Christ. And so they get fed a spiritual meal, and then they get fed a physical meal, and God just honors that. It's a powerful thing. I can't begin to tell you the number of people over the years that have come, and we've seen their lives just radically changed on the spot. Come in stoned, come in kind of crazy, and go out sober and having given their life to Christ. It's an amazing thing and a powerful thing. And I know that a lot of people think, well, how can you do that with one meal? But it is the meal. The meal is the reason that they come.
I was interviewing some guys inside, and one guy said, I don't remember his name, I wish I could remember his name, but he said, with regard to coming in for a meal and then joining the recovery program, and I asked him about how that affected his sobriety. And he said, this program is not so much about sobriety as for the purpose of sobriety, it's about deliverance. And in deliverance, you get sober. And I just thought that was extremely articulate to kind of differentiate a bit between, say, a rescue mission and just a social service program, even though, you know, there's value in social service programs, but there's this missing piece, as I see it, this missing piece that is the God piece that allows a person to get fully whole as they deal with an addiction that, you know, that they've been dealing with. So, I mean, hats off, because I love that, the way that he spoke about that, and that's what I think makes John 3:16 and really missions around the country so worthy of support.
And you know, it is the feeding, it is the shelter, but it's the restorative part of what we do. It's the restoration, it's the deliverance that makes the difference. I mean, there are those people that say, no, it's housing first, put a roof over their head and they're going to be okay. And there are clinical friends, and there are our friends, I think the change comes when we can just analyze somebody and find out what their problem is. We believe change starts on the inside and works its way to the outside. It starts at the soulish level, and that's what makes the difference here at John 3.
So as you're watching this, you're getting just a little taste of what happens at John 3:16 Mission here in Tulsa. Obviously it's something we believe in, and we're hoping that you can as well, not just in Tulsa, but, you know, get involved around the country, wherever you may be, because God is at work, and God is using places like this, John 3:16 Mission. And, you know, as much as I like seeing a new building go up, I wish there was some time when we didn't have to build bigger buildings.
I agree.
Because the need is no longer there, but because the need is there, you're responding, and God bless you, man. I really appreciate what you're doing here, and it's pretty fun to see how God's blessed this ministry.
Thank you for that.